All right, we've been working on the circle tool, and today we're going to do a little project utilizing the circle tool. Actually, we're going to utilize several tools in this project, but it's going to fundamentally be built with the circle tool. We'll also use the offset. We'll create construction circles and lines. We'll use the trim tool. We'll extrude circular patterns, fillet, and we'll change the appearance of a body. So we're all new, or you're all new to this class. So those are the things we're going to kind of throw at you here in this little project. You see the project on the screen. It's a wheel for a toy car. And, we're kind of building up to a project that we're going to do later in class. We did the axle with line tool. We're doing a wheel. Now, in our exercises, those parts that we've completed, this wheel and the axle, don't work together. Okay. So that way we don't get to use them later. You'll have to rebuild them in a way that they work together. Okay, let's get started on this project. So first thing we're going to do is open a new canvas. We're going to create a sketch. I'm going to go to the right left plane. Okay. What is that? That's the ZY. Okay. We're going to use our circle tool. And we are, all these instructions are in Rockspace. There's diagrams and dimensions, things of that nature. So we're going to draw our first circle 25 millimeters. Zoom in. Okay. Our second circle will be 13 millimeters. There we are. Now we're going to offset these two circles. So here's our offset tool, modify, offset. All right, there's the shortcut. I'm going to select this outer circle and I'm going to offset it 1.5 millimeters. Okay. And I'm going to offset this circle a negative 1.5 millimeters. All right, so you see I have my diameter lines of the two circles that I drew, 13 and 25 millimeters. So those show the diameter. Now the offset tool shows a little differently. Okay, it shows from the circle that I offset from, it shows the distance that I offset here. Negative one, or that's a 1 point, they're both 1.5 millimeters. Drag that out, there we go. So that measures the distance from the initial circle to the offset circle. Okay, that's all we're going to need for the initial sketch. So let's finish sketch. And now let's go to the home position. We're going to extrude these two rings by 15 millimeters. So let's open extrude, create extrude. The profiles will be this ring and that ring. And I actually want to go to the other direction. So I'm going to go negative 15 millimeters. Okay. I want it to go away from that axis. I want this plane to be on the front. Okay. So I went back negative 15 millimeters. We've got a new body. Click OK. And I have the initial shape. All right. So that's step one. Now, let's create a new sketch. I want the right left plane, the ZY plane. And I'm going to draw two circles again. I'm going to draw a 25 millimeter circle. Type in 25 millimeters. There we go. Always type in your values. Second circle, 13 millimeters. All right, so I essentially just created two circles on the edges of what I already created again. But this gives me an enclosed shape here, and that is the shape I'm going to extrude next. Okay, so let's finish sketch. Let's extrude our shape that we just created, but this time I want to go out 1 millimeter and I want to go the other direction into the wheel 1 millimeter. But my sketch is on the plane and it's flush with the end. That's not a problem. We can do this. We're going to change our directions from one side to two sides, which now gives me the ability to extrude in two directions. So I'm going to go this way, left 1 millimeter, and I'm going to come out 1 millimeter. We're going to join as the operation to the existing body and click OK. All right, so we got something new on our extrude. All right, our next sketch will be on the face we just created. Okay, so I'm going to click there, start my sketch. I'm going to turn on construction. I need to draw a shape, a circle with the center point being here. But I can't, it doesn't lock in. I could probably get it pretty close if I wanted to, but let's be exact, okay? Doesn't lock into that for me. So let's turn on construction. Let's create a circle, 25 millimeters, right? Okay. Now I have a construction circle out here that's part of my sketch and I can lock into it. Let's go ahead and draw a line from the origin, straight up the y-axis to where it intersects with the circle. You see the X, click. Now, escape out of that. Now I have a point that I can grab onto and draw my circle. So let's draw a circle, turn off construction, draw a circle, and I want to draw an 8 millimeter diameter circle. All right. What we're going for is we're creating these cutouts, okay, on the wheel. So we're creating the first one. So there's my shape. Now, I don't need this full circle, do I? So let's get rid of this upper portion of the circle outside of our 25 millimeter circle because that's not part of our design. I'm going to use the trim tool, modify, trim. There it is. Keyboard shortcut of T. There's the shortcut there. And notice, so it's intersected by this circle here. So when I hover over it, only the part above that intersected circle turns purple. And if I click, it cuts it away. Escape out of the trim tool, because that's exactly what I want there for my design. Now, I need 5 of these circles. I could draw 5 more, but that would be a bit of a pain. I'd have to work it out mathematically, measure it, get it all worked out on how to position it. Fusion gives us a tool that makes this incredibly easy. So let's go create circular pattern. And I have 2 objects. The object that I'm going to create a circular pattern and the center point that pattern is going to revolve around. The object I want to pattern is my arc here. So I've selected it. The center point will be the origin. And I want 5 of them, okay? 4, 5. And that looks perfect. Notice how it projects the shapes in. I'm going to click OK. I now have my pattern in place. Let's finish sketch. Okay, let's go to the home position. I see my 5 patterns for my cutouts. I'm going to go to extrude. Let's move this over. I'm going to select my profiles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, my extrude of that face, I came 1 millimeter this direction, 1 millimeter that direction. Sorry, didn't mean to give you the impression I was backhanding you there, but I'll settle down a bit. So I need to go at least 2 millimeters back. Notice when I do this, it turns from blue and it goes red. That means my operation has changed to cut. If it doesn't change to cut for you, change it to cut, okay? And I'm taking material away when I cut. 7 millimeters, -7 is going to be more than plenty. I'm going to click OK. And I now have my cutouts in place for my wheel. Now, those are kind of squared off. Don't look real good, do they? Let's put a fillet to them. Fillet tool, modify fillet, keyboard shortcut of F. This is different than the fillet tool in the sketch mode. And now I want to select all my outer edges of my hub design here. All the top outer edges. All right. Now I want to this inner edge, and I want to fillet it 1 millimeter. Click OK. All right, we're really close now. That looks pretty good. Now, last step. Over here in the browser, I'm going to expand. There's body 1. That's my wheel that I've created. I'm going to right click on it. Appearance. And my appearance palette comes up. All right, I happen to already be open to metal. I want chrome, expand it. You may have a download button over here where you'd need to download the chrome appearance. And now I'm going to click on it and drag it, drop it. And now I have a chrome finish on my wheel. I'm done. I'm going to hit close. And there's our wheel. That project's complete. All right, not too difficult. Got exposed to quite a few tools in the process and exposed to some design processes and procedures. Okay, you'll see this again later in class in the second quarter. You're going to get a dimension sheet and be asked to derive. You'll get some of the dimensions. All of them are available. You just may have to calculate some of them. And you'll be asked to create something like this from a dimension sheet. And I'll see you next time.